Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the rising cost of fuel, the declines in freight rates, and more importantly, a game plan for you to get through March of 2022. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back, guys. Before we get started, please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about what's on the minds of every trucker in America. What's going on with fuel? What's going on with the freight rates? And what am I going to do tomorrow? Guys, we've been receiving an increasingly large number of phone calls with folks practically panicking, wondering if they should shut down, sell their equipment, and call it good. Basically, they made some really good money over the past year or two, and they're thinking maybe the end is near, maybe this is it. Here's the thing, guys, this is not it. Let me explain a couple of things. There's no question about it. Fuel is up, and it's rising, and it will likely continue to rise for the foreseeable future. Rates are down, and they are continuously on the decline. This is a big deal. So what are we going to do? Well, here's the thing, guys. February, as far as prices, last week we made a video. You can find a video here in the corner. We covered the fuel prices all the way up to about February 28th, which was the cutoff, and we kind of approximated the additional fuel rises. Now, February 28th through March 7th, diesel was actually up by 74.5 cents. That's over 10 cents per day. That's pretty ridiculous. Now, guys, fuel is currently up by $1.26, actually $1.236 since the start of 2022. And this is March, so we're only 3 months into the year. And that's also pretty ridiculous. Diesel is actually up by over $1.72 from year to date. So this time of year, last year, we were $1.72 lower than we are today. All of these numbers are basically astronomical, because there was a time long ago when we fueled up our trucks at $1.72 per gallon. Now we're overpaying by $1.72 per gallon from just a year ago, not that long ago. Now, everybody's asking, hey, what should I be using? What kind of equipment? We got customers flooding in. Obviously, rates are dropping. They're looking for services to help them increase their bottom line. That's a smart move. Well, I talked to my dispatchers, got some information. This is going to be very helpful to you. Here's the thing. The best equipment right now, based on our data, based on what we're dispatching, is currently a vented van and regular vans. Now, if you have a van, it's not a rental, and you own the equipment, you're going to be in a better position if you vent the equipment, because you're going to be able to take advantage of all the benefits of a vented van during the spring and fall season. Spring is just around the corner. Take advantage. You can't do it to a rental, but you can do it to your own equipment. Reefers are also doing well, but reefers gross more, but they don't necessarily net more when you consider all the additional costs, reefer fuel, maintenance, additional insurances, all the liability you're taking on, and ultimately, vented vans often beat reefer freight. So if you have your own equipment, get it vented. Now, what is the best areas to run at the moment? Well, the guys came back with go in the Midwest and the Eastern states. So Midwest and the Eastern states, you're going to make your top dollar. What is the mileage that you should be running? Here's what the guys told me. Get 2 loads a day. What do they mean by that? Well, here's the thing. If you take one load, it's a short one between maybe 100, 200 miles, something real short. It's got to be straight through. You get that delivered. You have a second load waiting for you, straight through as well, somewhere between, maybe 200 and 350 miles. You get that straight through. You're going to get your miles. You're going to get the top dollar freight rates. And if you continue to do this, you're going to average up and get yourself the best rates and be able to maximize your fuel economy with today's high freight, fuel costs, right? Now, what are the best types of commodities to carry? At the moment, with spring around the corner, please consider that, there's going to be produce, there's going to be nursery stock, there's also building materials, plastics, bottles, auto and tractor parts, so auto parts, tractor parts, things like that. These things can be loaded and unloaded very quickly. Oftentimes things like nursery are quite light. You're going to save on fuel there as well. Run the Midwest, run the Eastern states, circle around, shorter runs, 2 at a time. You're going to make top dollars. Now, for the bad news, guys, unfortunately, there is bad news, worse than what we have right now. The recently minted MCs, the guys who got into the business not too long ago, who bought, overly inflated truck pricing, they bought into that. Trailers. Now, if you did that at the beginning of this cycle with high freight rates and low diesel costs, then you made your money. However, if you recently got into the trucking industry, paid top dollar for a truck and a trailer, chances are against you. Chances are that you're probably going to go out of business. And I'm very sorry to say this. Now, do the best you can. Take the advice that we mentioned earlier. Get through this period. You will thank me for it later. Now, this is a repeat of what we saw back from March until the second week of June of 2020. For 3 to 3.5 months, we saw a major decline during the peak of COVID, during lockdown season when their freight was low, tonnage was low, rates were down, and there was basically a bloodbath that was out there. And those of you guys who basically panicked, closed doors, canceled your insurance policies, those are the guys who ended up paying the top dollar when reactivating your insurance and looking like brand new MCs to brokers, even though you had an old MC that used to be established. Don't do that. Don't make the same mistake twice. Carry through, carry on, make your money right now, even if it's not very much. Do what the guys are telling you in dispatch, and you're going to get through this period, and then you're going to benefit from the time that's going to come when the rates are going to come up. Lots of companies going to close down doors. Unfortunately, that is the reality of the situation. Other guys are going to make it and make it big. So guys, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Hit the like button on this video, and I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. 2 important things. Number 1, my guys told me very clearly, stay away from flatbeds and step decks. Just like in the last downturn and even during the recovery phase of the last downturn, flatbeds and step decks got hit the hardest. So guys, very, very sorry for that equipment type. If you're able to switch to a van or a reefer, you will be glad that you did. Number 2, watch this section all the way through, because in this part of the video, I'm going to actually show you examples of what we did with the guys who ran like we mentioned in the first section of the video. Take example, you will be able to make it through these difficult times. We're going to start off with that vented van that I had mentioned in the first portion of this video. They start off at Ashland, Ohio, going to Wilmington, Ohio. This is a solo driver, very experienced driver running a vented van. Now, it's a 42,000 pound load of vinyl regrind. It's a straight through delivery, just like we mentioned, 142 miles, real short. $800 booked, got them $563 a mile. Then Greendale, Indiana to Waynesville, North Carolina. It's a 43,000 pound load of Epsom salt. Another short run, 354 miles, booked at $1,800, got them $508 a mile. Then Mills River, North Carolina to Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania. It's a 22,000 pound load of miscellaneous products, or FAK, 635 miles, booked at $2,500, got them $394 a mile. Then Aberdeen, Maryland to Rome, New York. It's a 41,000 pound load of dry goods, 354 miles, booked at $2,079, got him $587 a mile. Then Rochester, New York to Lake Orion, Michigan. It's a 44,000 pound load of beverages. This load included a $150 detention. 464 miles, booked at $2,150, got them $463 a mile. Then Imlay City, Michigan, going to Rome City, Indiana. This is a 44,000 pound load of building materials. Again, a straight through load. 205 miles, booked at $850, got them $415 a mile. Then Kendallville, Indiana to Mineral Wells, West Virginia. 40,000 pound load of auto parts, just like we mentioned. Did all the things right. 309 miles, booked at $1,600, got them $518 a mile. Finally, they went and took a load out of Columbus, Ohio, and ran to York, Pennsylvania. 44,000 pound load of beverages. 386 miles, booked at $1,800, got him $466 a mile. Now, granted, this carrier had some deadhead miles. It ended up working out for them though, because here's the thing. They ran Saturday to Saturday, 1 week on the road, grossed $13,579 in gross in a regular vented van, ran 2,849 loaded miles at an average of 477 per loaded mile average. Excellent job to both the carrier as well as the dispatcher on this. Did everything as you should. Very well done. Next, we got ourselves a reefer. Reefers can also do very well, but you have to consider the operating costs of a reefer, the net versus the gross. You will generally make more money, not in every case, but in this case, you're going to see they did a very smart way and got a very good average as well. Now, they ran out of Lenore, North Carolina with a 1-pick 2-dropper going to Landover, Maryland, and a final or a second drop in Cheshire, Connecticut. It's a 42,000-pound load of fresh beef running 30 degrees on a reefer, 737 miles booked at $35.50, got him $482 a mile. Then Elizabeth, New Jersey, going to Rocky Hill, Connecticut. It's a 43,000-pound load of frozen food running -10 on a reefer. That's 124 short miles booked at $2,050, got him $16.53 per mile in today's market. Then Northampton, Massachusetts, going to Salisbury, North Carolina. It's a 40,000-pound load of beverages at 35 degrees on a reefer. Got them 744 miles, booked at $2,600. Got them $349 a mile. And it finished off at a Greensboro, North Carolina, going to Lakeland, Florida. 41,000-pound load of dry product. 645 miles booked at $23.50, got him $364 a mile. That's it for that driver. Solo reefer running Thursday to Thursday, grossed $10,550 in their reefer, 2,250 loaded miles at an average of 469 per loaded mile average. You can do it. Next, we got ourselves a regular dry van. Also very well done and a very good piece of equipment. Coming out of Watkins Glen, New York, going to Culpin, South Carolina. It's a 39,000-pound load of iodized salt, 711 miles booked at $3,200. Got them $450 per mile on the dot. Then Shelby, North Carolina to Woonsocket, Rhode Island. It's a 44,000-pound load of fiberglass. That's 858 miles booked at $3,250, got them $379 a mile. Then they did a major round trip run, Connecticut to Connecticut, coming out of Torrington, Connecticut, with 2 drops in Brooklyn Heights, Ohio, 2 drops in Natrona Heights, Pennsylvania, and coming back out to Torrington, Connecticut. This was a round trip, 30,000-pound load of crates, totes, and pallets, very light at 30,000, making multiple drops, saving a lot on fuel. That's 1,140 total miles. Round trip, got them $4,000 on that one, which is $351 per mile. Did very well, again, solo, running Friday to Friday, grossed $10,450, ran 2,709 loaded miles at an average of $386 per loaded mile average. Well done. Next, we got ourselves a dry van team. This is a very good point. If you're running a team, run a dry van team, not a reefer team. You're going to do much better. We have a video on that. I'll leave a little card here in the corner. If you have questions, van versus reefers in a team environment, we made a video. Watch that if you're contemplating about running a team. Now, these guys started out in Big Springs, Texas, went to Topeka, Kansas, 42,000-pound load of FAK, 668 miles booked at $1,900, got them $284 a mile. Then Edgerton, Kansas, going to Fairmont, West Virginia, 32,000-pound load of dry goods, 925 miles booked at $2,800, got them $303 a mile. Then Irondale, Ohio to Pryor, Oklahoma, it's 42,700-pound load of non-hazardous chemicals, 931 miles booked at $3,200, got them $344 a mile. Then Neosho, Missouri to Kentwood, Michigan, 30,000-pound load of packaging materials. Like I said, that's what you want to run. 733 miles booked at $2,800, got them $382 a mile. Then Coopersville, Michigan to Lamar's, Iowa, 44,000-pound load of dry foodstuffs, 680 miles booked at $2,750, got them $404 a mile, and it finished off very strong out of Omaha, Nebraska to Carrollton, Texas. It's a light load, 20,000 pounds of FAK, 677 miles booked at $2,800, got them $414 a mile. These guys ran as a team going Friday to Friday, ended up grossing $16,250 in their van, running 4,614 loaded miles at an average of 352 per mile. Very impressive. Next, we got a reefer coming out of Council Bluffs, Iowa, going to Jefferson, Wisconsin. It's a 42,000 pound load of food product. 440 miles, booked at $2,400, got them $545 a mile. Then Madison, Wisconsin to Wintersville, Ohio. It's a 40,000 pound load of ice cream, running -20 on the reefer, got us 578 miles, booked at $3,100, got them $536 a mile. Then Canton, Ohio, going with a 1-pick 3-dropper to Papillon, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska, and a 3rd drop in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is a 43,000 pound dairy load, 920 miles, booked at $27.60. Got him $3 a mile on the dot. Then I finished off out of Omaha, Nebraska with a 1-pick 3-dropper going to Louisville, Kentucky, Blue Ash, Ohio, and a final in Delaware, Ohio. Great market area, very light loaded, only 13,000 pounds of fresh beef running 28 degrees on a reefer. This load included actually a $250 layover. So as a reminder, we always fight for your detention, for your layover, but give us a fighting chance. Make sure that your BOLs have clearly indicated in and out time so that we have a chance to get you your money. Now, this is a 924 mile run. Got them $4,650, got them $503 per mile. They ran from Monday to Monday, grossed $12,910. Ran 2,862 loaded miles at an average of 451 per mile, per loaded mile. Excellent job. And we're going to finish off with a regular dry van coming out of East Helena, Montana, going to South Bend, Indiana. It's a 42,000 pound load of miscellaneous products, 1,533 miles, booked at $4,500, got them $294 a mile, going to Indiana, a great market, because out of Michigan City, Indiana to Mentor, Ohio, took a 45,000 pound load of shingles, 314 miles, booked at $1,800, got them $573 a mile. And it finished off with Youngstown, Ohio to Helena, Montana, which is a 15,000 pound light load of empty cans, 1,885 miles, booked at $6,500, got them $345 a mile. And these guys, it's a solo dry van, grossed $12,800, ran Friday to Friday, ran 3,732 loaded miles at an average of 343 per loaded mile average. Did an excellent job, and so can you if you do all the right things. All you have to do is get in touch with us. You can call us or text us at 801-448-6363. You can go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go. You can also fill out our chat box that is on every one of our pages. Takes 10 seconds. Right now is the time to work with the true professionals, not the guys that are practicing on you, not the guys that are going to fold and not pick up their phones when the market tanks, but the guys that have been through the ups and downs of all these hot and cold markets, that have been there for their customers. Now, we work with not only carriers who operate under their own MC authorities, we also work with leased on owner operators, and we have one of the industry's lowest lease on programs where everything is transparent, and you get all the rate confirmations, and you always know what you're going to pay, and you work with the dispatchers that make this kind of money. So carriers or leased on owner ops, give us a call or text us, 801-448-6363. Go to our website at aftdispatch.com. And guys, until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.